Okay guys, so I'm going to show you how to do the negative space skeleton assignment. If you don't have this picture, you can find it in the presentation in Canvas. So, yep. So for this assignment, it is still on third quarter's grade. Now this says second quarter, but third quarter's grade. You need to draw a portion of the skeleton. It should fill the page and go off the page at least 3 times. 4 is better, creating an open composition. You're going to color the negative spaces inside the window area black and the positive spaces outside the window black. And I'm not going to grade it if you use a pencil, so you're just going to use the pen I gave you. Okay, so a black pen. Okay, the first thing you got to do is figure out which part of the skeleton you want to draw. It needs to be a rectangle. I usually will fold this thing up. Be smart about it, because just like this area might not be the most interesting, it needs to go off the page again 3 to 4 times. So some areas work out better for this than others, and you can do a super small area or a bigger one, like that would work. Even this is gonna work. So if I want to do this, that would work out just fine. Now when we're doing this, we're doing a semi-blind contour line drawing, which means you're gonna look back and forth between here and your paper quite a bit. You're not just gonna focus on your paper, you're gonna look back and forth, and then you're gonna focus on drawing the negative shapes. So remember, the negative space or the shapes or the space around your positive shapes, it's going to trick your brain into drawing something complex a lot easier, because it can understand this triangle weird shape a lot better than it could be like the spine. And then your brain won't take over to draw what it knows. Since this is such a popular view, I'm going to draw a portion of this. Okay. So your paper is much bigger. You're using the 12-inch by 18-inch paper. That won't fit underneath my document cam, so I'm just going to use this one. So I'm going to grab my pen, and I usually start from the top down. That way, if I need to add more, because I drew too small, I can unfold my paper and add the rest, because it needs to run off the page. Okay. Just kind of got to look at the spacing and do your best. It's not going to be completely accurate, but it's not halfway over. It's almost 3/4 the way over. And then I'm just going to start to draw. So while I'm doing this, I'm carefully looking back and forth, and I'm telling my brain to focus on the negative spaces. So I'm only peeking at my line to make sure that it's going in the right area. And see, I got mine over way too far, but it's still going to work out. I'm not going to be able to get the back of his head in. Now this is going to be a lot more accurate than the blind contour line drawings that we did, but it's still going to be a little bit wonky, and there's still going to be some problems with it, and that's okay. So I'm going to stop and hurry and finish my line drawing, or at least this outside edge, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've finished doing that outside edge. So remember, I tried drawing this focusing on the white space. Went kind of quick, but there is some problems, and it really is okay. But now I've got to work on placing these other white spaces. Remember, the white spaces are going to make my positive spaces show up and look right. So I just got to carefully place them where they go, and I'm going to like focus on the shape and the placement. All right, and remember, I am not staring at my pen. I am looking back and forth, and I'm actually trying to look more at this than this. Okay, so it's still about trying to develop some more hand-eye coordination, but actually getting what's there, a lot more accurate. So I'm just going to continue down, placing these little shapes as best as I can. Okay, so I've been again drawing the white spaces on here. Got all the way down, and I need to finish the rib cage. So I'm just going to carefully continue placing these negative shapes, and the rib cage will start to come together. Okay, so carefully placing all these negative shapes.
Sorry, what did they just say?
Okay, so we will try this again. This one, this one. All right, so again, the biggest thing is just to make sure that you're not just trying to remember what it looks like, that you're looking back and forth. And don't worry if you get things a little bit wrong. Like I just did there, it's okay. Okay, so I'm just kind of looking around to see if I think there's anything else I should add, but I'm thinking that's it. Okay, so for the next step, okay, once you're done, you're going to put something down over the top of it to make a square. We used windows and glass like this, and you're looking for an interesting arrangement of negative and positive spaces. Like that one might not be as interesting as maybe that. Okay, and it can go crooked. And then you're going to trace it. Trace the whole thing. Now, if you don't have a window like this and you're at home, you can use a piece of paper. Hopefully, if you come in, you can pick this up. Your paper is much bigger, right? And you can trace the outside edge. You're just going to have to guess at what's kind of underneath it. Okay, to color this, you can just go ahead and outline everything. Okay, so I'm just going to outline everything and try to be careful. This is going to give me a big edge to color up to because I don't want my edges to be jagged or furry. And you can outline everything. Okay. And then you're going to get to coloring it. We're going to get kind of like a, okay, so I think I left off with outlining everything. And then when you go in to color it, inside this window, your negative space is going to be colored black. Okay, so that's all your negative spaces. Outside your window, your positive spaces are going to be black. So that's all your positive spaces, right? Remember, if you trace everything, it's going to be much easier to color right up to that edge. Remember, inside the window, your negative spaces are black. And that's the space around your bones. Your bones are the positive shapes. Remember, once again, if you outline them, it's going to give you this wider edge to color up to. So that way, especially if you're going this way, right, you won't get that furry jaggedness, like right there, along the edge. It'll be nice and crisp. So I'm going to come back in a minute and I'll show you my small sample when it's done. Okay, so here's the finished example all colored. Maybe I can turn it sideways and fit it all in. Okay, there is a PowerPoint presentation that you can look at, and it's in the line module, so module 6. Sorry guys, I'm looking at it right now. And it's called What is Negative Space? And it will kind of walk you through step by step, and I will be up, well, I guess if you're watching this, you already found the tutorial. So good luck you guys, and please call me if you need any help.